The families of the victims have continued to mourn their loved ones. Many have spoken publicly about the need for justice, but also about the lasting damage done to their emotional well-being. They've been forced to confront the question, how can you heal from such a brutal and senseless act? 2. The long-lasting effect on societal ripple effects of Dahmer's crimes were not limited to the immediate families of his victims. His actions sent shockwaves through American society, and many people were left wondering, how could someone like him exist without detection? How could Dahmer blend into society so effortlessly? Even though he was committing such heinous acts behind closed doors, Dahmer's crimes made many question society's failure to recognize the early signs of danger and whether or not the mental health system could have prevented such a tragedy from occurring. Dahmer's ability to hide in plain sight for so many years reflected a larger, systemic issue, the failure of society to address the mental health and psychological issues of individuals who exhibited warning signs of violent tendencies. Dahmer had been reported to authorities numerous times, yet he was allowed to continue his killing spree. His case highlighted significant gaps in the mental health system and the ways in which authorities failed to connect the dots when it came to potentially dangerous individuals. The psychological profile of Dahmer was one of complexity. He was a man whose mental state was so deteriorated that he became capable of unimaginable evil. But Dahmer's story also made people realize that mental illness was often overlooked in men like him, particularly in cases where the person wasn't outwardly displaying violent tendencies. Dahmer didn't seem like the typical dangerous criminal. He was often seen as quiet, polite, and unassuming. Yet his disturbing actions and deep psychological flaws were missed by the very system that should have been in place to prevent his behavior from escalating. The case of Jeffrey Dahmer became a symbol of society's failure to intervene in such cases, raising broader questions about mental health care, policing, and societal neglect. In the years following his arrest, people began to push for greater mental health awareness and better systems to identify and treat individuals who might be at risk of causing harm. Dahmer's crimes became a call to action for police and mental health professionals to work together to prevent similar events from occurring again. 3. The cultural impact of Jeffrey Dahmer and the emotional and societal impact. Jeffrey Dahmer has become a cultural icon in the dark annals of criminal history. His story has been told and retold in documentaries, books, films, and even musicals. He is often portrayed as the ultimate monster, the embodiment of evil who, despite his outwardly normal appearance, committed unspeakable acts. But what is it about Dahmer's persona that continues to fascinate people, even decades after his death? Dahmer's image as the unassuming monster has made him a subject of fascination. People are drawn to the idea that someone like him could live among us, seemingly normal, yet harboring such a dark secret. His ability to maintain an outwardly ordinary life while secretly committing grisly acts